Alright, the last video ended off right here. We're going to jump into remirroring this construction cone really quick. So I am in object mode. I'm hitting Q. Alright, I have this selected. Now I'm going to hold down Shift and right click. Okay, this is the Shift right click menu. We're going to go down to mirror and I'm going to open up that mirror menu. Okay. And I want to mirror, I think mine is along the x-axis, so let's go ahead and try x minus, and I'm not going to have combine with original checked for now. Okay, that is the right direction, so I'm going to do Control Z real quick, and let's see what happens if I do try and combine with original this time. Alright, and this time when I did combine with original, it actually worked better than last time because I had made that straight cut. So as you can see, it's automatically doing that merge step for me, which is really nice. That's the nice thing about using the multi-cut tool to cut a straight line before you merge, before you mirror things in your scene. So I'm actually really happy with this. Real quick, I want to make sure this lines up with my front view. Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good. And side view still looks good too. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and hit close over here. And I'm going to go back to the perspective mode. And I'm going to hit Q. Okay, I'm happy with the mirror. I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, looks good. Now I want to make sure that this top handle is lining up. The only thing I want to change is this middle edge loop right here. I just want to pull this up ever so slightly so it feels like it's going to be curved on the top. And that looks really good. Okay, and then this edge loop right here, I'm actually just going to delete, Control delete, because I'm not really happy with, actually, never mind. I'm going to, okay, so I just noticed that there's an edge loop that I'm not happy with right here, so I am going to rotate it out. If you're happy with all of yours, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to rotate that to fix it, and then I am going to remirror this, so I am going to delete this half again, delete, okay, object mode. And we're going to mirror it again. Okay, so Shift, right click menu, mirror menu, and then I'm going to hit apply. Okay, there we go. I like that a little bit better. And then I'm going to hit close. Okay, and I need to hit Q to get it out of the mirror. The mirror tool. Okay, Q. So that looks pretty good. Alright, and I am happy with my cone so far. The only thing left is just to make that little base, okay? So we're going to go ahead and go back into that front view. Let's grab this edge loop right here at the bottom. Oh, real quick, vertice check. For you guys, you might not have the same amount as me in the handles. So maybe you have slightly more or slightly less than I do, but I am going to select my vertices real quick. Looks like I have 216. You should have something in the ballpark between 150 and 300. If you have like 1,000 or 800 or something, go back and make sure you don't have extra duplicate ones anywhere. But this looks pretty good. Okay, now I am going to do edge selection. Grabbing that bottom edge loop again, you can use hotkey 4 wireframe in your perspective mode to make sure that's all you've grabbed, okay? And I'm going to extrude this out, so Control E, W, we're going to bring this down, and then I am going to use the R key, which is the scale hotkey, and I'm going to grab this from the side again like we did. And the reason I'm using this view is because this is the handle I want to grab. It's in my perspective view, but I actually want to look, I'm trying to be looking in my front view right now to make sure this is lining up with where I want it to be. So I kind of like right there, that looks good to me. And then I'm going to extrude this again, so Control E, and then W again. I'm going to bring this down to right about there. And actually I'm going to bring it up like right about there because I want this to be lined up with my bottom grid. And then I'm going to use R again, and again I'm in this perspective view, I'm grabbing the handle, but I'm looking in my front view while I'm doing it. Like right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm actually going to use the W to bring this up a little bit. Okay, and then I want to do it one more time. Control E, And this time I'm not going to use R at all, I'm just going to use W. I'm just going to bring it down because I kind of think the base of this should have a little bit of a lip. Okay, and let's hit hotkey 5. Let's look at the shaded version of this, and object mode, and click away. Alright, let's come in here. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. I like how that looks. I'm going to look in the side view real quick. Yeah, that looks pretty good in the side view as well. Okay, and now the last thing I need to do is just close up the bottom of my object. So I'm going to double click that edge loop, and I'm going to look underneath, and I'm going to do Control E and hit R to scale this in. And again, I don't want it to go up and down at all, so I'm just grabbing this yellow one, and I'm going to bring this in pretty far. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do Control E again and R, and we're going to bring it in again. And this time we're going to do that merge to center that I told you guys about, merge to center, okay? And that time it actually did go to the center, which is nice. And we are going to get rid of these triangles real quick. So we're just going to delete a couple of these extra edges. Okay, look, 4-sided polygons, looks nice. All right, now the last step is to clean this up and then clean up my outliner, right? So first, I want to make sure I only had 4-sided polygons on this object. So I'm going to go to Mesh, and then I'm going to open up this cleanup window. And I want to make sure it isn't checked right up here. If it says cleanup matching polygons, you don't want that. We want select matching polygons. Because we don't want the computer to automatically clean this up for us. We want to be able to go in and choose where to clean it up ourselves. And the computer gets it wrong a lot of the time, so you don't want that selected. So we have select matching polygons. And I want to find faces with more than 4 sides. So I'm not going to have 4-sided faces selected. I'm going to have faces with more than 4 sides. That's n-gons, right? Faces with more than 4 sides, okay? And then don't worry about anything down here, and let's just hit apply. Okay. Oh, I have one right there. Interesting. Okay, vertice. Let's take a look at this. How is that an n-gon? So I am going to select, I'm going to go to my wireframe mode, make sure I'm selecting these. Okay, select that vertice. 1 vertex selected. Okay, that one's fine. Let's select this one. 1 vertex selected. Again, you can toggle between shaded and wireframe if you want. Okay, maybe it's this one. So I'm going to go back to wireframe, select this one. 1 vertex, okay. Then select that one. 1 vertex. Okay, so it seems fine. So let's try that again. So I'm going to do object mode, and then I'm going to hit apply. Okay. Let's delete that face really quick, because for some reason it does not like it. And then let's use the bridge tool to re-add in that connection. So again, we selected one side, hold shift, select the other edge, and bridge. Okay, I'm going to go to object mode. Let's do face mode, and let's just click outside our object, make sure we don't have any faces selected. Okay, object mode again. And faces with more than 4 sides, hit apply again. Okay, nothing on the bottom, but it looks like maybe we have something somewhere. So let's hit 4. Oh, there they are. Okay, oh, yep. So when I cut this, I turn these into n-gons because I cut through where the point was. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix this. So let's go to vertex mode and shaded view. Yep. What we need to do is we need to weld these 2 vertices together to the middle. So not weld to target. This time we're going to do weld to center. And we're going to click that one and that one. And, oh, oops. Okay, you see what happened? I accidentally had extra selected. So let's do Control Z. Yep, I accidentally had these selected. Let's click away, click away. Okay, and hit wireframe 4. So I should have no vertices selected. Good. Okay. Hotkey 5, shaded view. Now I'm going to drag these 2 together, and they merge to center because I had selected center here. Okay, Q. Hitting Q to get out of that tool. Object mode again, and then let's check again. Okay, and that's good. Anytime you click on your object and then you hit apply, if it grays it out, stop selecting it, it means that all of them meet the qualification. It means it cannot find these faces with more than 4 sides. Okay, so that's good. That means we don't have any more n-gons. And then the other thing to check for is triangles. So it can't just search for triangles. So the best way to do this is unclick faces with more than 4 sides, and let's choose 4-sided faces. So we want everything to be selected this time because everything should be a 4-sided face. So I'm going to click on my object, make sure I have 4-sided faces. Again, if you lost the cleanup menu, you go to Mesh, Cleanup window right here. Make sure it's on Select, not Cleanup. We're doing faces with more than 4 sides this time. And then nothing should be checked down here. And then go ahead and hit apply. Oh, not faces with more than 4 sides. This time we're doing 4-sided faces. Click on your object and hit apply. Okay, and now we want everything to be selected. So I'm doing wireframe mode, and if anything is blue or grayed out, not selected, then it's a triangle. Okay, so everything is good. If you happen to have a triangle, you can go through and fix those. But it looks like I am okay, so I'm gonna hit close on this cleanup tool and click away, and let's go back into shaded view. And I'm really happy with how this cone turned out, so I am going to fix it in the outliner, and then I'm going to save it. So if you don't want to make any changes to this object anymore, you don't want to hit Control-Z at all, you can duplicate the object and it will erase the object's history. So we're happy with it at this point, so let's duplicate it. Let's do Control-D on your keyboard. That made a copy of it. And then I'm going to select the one that we just made a copy of. I'm going to immediately name Construction Cone, so I know which one it is. Okay, and then the rest of these, I'm going to delete them. So click and then hold Shift and delete, and then hit delete. If when you deleted those, it also erased your object, maybe you accidentally clicked the one that you had duplicated. So hit Control-Z and make sure that the one that you duplicate, Control-D to duplicate again, is outside of the selection that you're deleting. Okay, this looks really good, so I'm happy with it. I am going to save this lab. So again, we're going to go to File, Save Scene As, and then I'm in my H drive already, but if you aren't, you can go to My Computer, find your H drive, and I'm going to save this to, My Computer, H drive, 3D Graphics, Autodesk Projects, and I'm saving this as Maya Lab 4, and I'm going to call this complete. For you, you could just call it Maya Lab 4, that's fine. And then I'm going to save it. Okay.